Founded on September 17, 1630, Boston, Massachusetts is not only one of the oldest cities in the United States, it's the location of major events that occurred during the American Revolution, such as the Boston Massacre and the Boston Tea Party. From this rich historical background, Boston has evolved into a center of higher education, medicine, and biotechnology, with an economy based on research, electronics, engineering, finance, and high technology. Boston's evolutionary path bore nicknames such as Cradle of Liberty, Athens of America, Hub of the Universe, Walking City, and more recently, City of Champions. However, most people call this city Beantown. Beantown is not just attributed to a favorite hometown dish of beans baked in molasses for several hours. The nickname can be traced back to the triangular trade during colonial times. The triangular trade consisted of rum from New England to West Africa, slaves to the Caribbean, and molasses back home to New England distilleries. But from the continuous evolution of one of the most dynamic cities in America springs a new nickname that has already taken hold: Greentown. Why Greentown? Because the city of Boston is now recognized nationally as a leader in environmental and energy policy. Boston is the first major city in the nation to require that all large private construction projects adhere to the U.S. Green Building Council's Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, or LEED, standards, and is the largest municipal purchaser of wind power in New England. For these efforts, Boston was recently named the third greenest city in North America by Popular Science magazine. In the words of Mayor Thomas Menino, taking care of the environment is and always will be a main tenet for Boston's success. Sustainability means a cleaner and healthier environment, one that will keep residents and attract businesses to help boost our economy in uncertain times.
Hello, I'm John Wilson, and welcome to Newfangler. In this edition, we're checking out the city of Boston and how it's implementing some of its clean technology programs.
Mayor Thomas Menino's 2007 executive order demonstrates how City Hall is continuing to respond to the growing understanding of the causes of and solutions to climate change. It builds on the efforts that the City of Boston has made since joining the International Cities for Climate Protection campaign in 2000. What government does, however, is not enough. Municipal operations account for only about 5% of the greenhouse gas emissions of Boston as a whole. Fortunately, the Boston community is taking action as well. Many residents of Boston are weatherizing their homes or walking more and driving less. And many local businesses and institutions are making substantial efforts to reduce energy use. In April of 2007, Mayor Menino gave Boston's first Green Awards to 12 businesses and 5 residents who had gone above and beyond in their attempts to use green technologies and sustainable practices in their businesses and communities. To further focus the many efforts underway in Boston, the mayor has established a Community Climate Action Task Force to set goals and recommend actions for community-wide greenhouse gas reductions.
It's really astounding to think about all of the accomplishments that Mayor Menino has brought about, not only on the area of cleaning up the environment, but on so many other areas as well. But on the issue of the climate crisis, he's really demonstrated clearly what leadership from a committed, effective mayor can do.
Some of Mayor Menino's many green initiative actions include purchasing 12% renewably generated electricity for municipal operations, requiring all new city-owned building projects to meet the U.S. Green Building Council's LEED Silver standard, calling for the city's first community-wide greenhouse gas inventory, a 10% increase in recycling by 2012, requiring that all taxi cabs go hybrid by 2015, a mandate to assess all city buildings for alternative energy potential, and embark on a program to plant 100,000 trees by the year 2020.
It's really important to note the special role that cities have played, especially during the last 8 years when our national policy was not what I would regard as the best. I have to pick my words carefully here because I've recently begun to fear I'm losing my objectivity on Bush and Cheney. But I'm very proud of President Barack Obama and the commitment that he has made to address this issue. But the point that I was going to make is that during these last 8 years especially, cities and states, but especially cities, have filled that leadership vacuum on addressing the climate crisis. And what Mayor Menino has done is little short of stunning. He made the commitment early on. Back in 2000, he got together with his colleagues as mayors to push for stronger policies to confront the climate crisis. He joined the national coalition of cities that were addressing this, and in 2005 was an early signatory to the agreement to meet the standards of the Kyoto Protocol. And then 2 years ago, Mayor Menino unveiled a sweeping executive order to take Boston to the next level in climate action, calling for that 80% reduction in global warming pollution by 2050, and now is taking the next step. And by becoming the first and so far only city to adopt the LEED building standards, he's addressing one of the real keys to solving this crisis where cities are concerned.